What's up, graphic designers? Happy St. Patrick's Day. It's also Selection Sunday, where the NCAA identifies the best 68 men's and women's college basketball teams for the annual March Madness tournament. So we're going to be making our picks, but I just want to give you a little preview of what we're going to be doing on Wednesday when we return to room 306. You're going to be creating a poster of a college that you're considering attending, that you're hoping to attend. This is a meaningful project for juniors and seniors. I know that many of you guys are in the stages of identifying where you're hoping to spend the next chapter of your life. I'm here to help you. I'm excited to talk about expectations for this particular assignment. But right now, what we're going to do is we're going to learn a little bit more about some of the colleges out there. We're going to participate in this fun activity. Hopefully you just joined this group, and so I'm going to very briefly talk to you about how to quote unquote edit your picks. So what you're doing is you're choosing college basketball teams that you think are going to advance in the single elimination tournament. So for example, in the East, the number one pick is UConn. They're playing the number 16 seed Stetson. So I think UConn is certainly going to advance. And they're going to play FAU versus Northwestern. I think Northwestern might have a minor upset. And then UConn will continue to advance. And I'm always have UConn going all the way. UConn is certainly making it to the championship game. What you're going to do is you're going to choose all these teams. So between Clemson and New Mexico, you know what? Maybe this is going to be an upset. And you'll notice that the little number to the left of each college is the seeding. Typically, the lower the seeding, the better the team. So number 1 is obviously the best you can do. 16 is the highest seed, meaning that they would probably, it's not in their favor to win. What you're going to do is you're going to work through all of these teams. We've got 4 different tournaments, or 4 different sort of quadrants or fields. You can also do an auto pick. So if you left click, you can use stats, preset stats. So if I click preset stats, we've got this. So you can certainly do this activity in approximately 12 seconds. And then once you get to the end, the tiebreaker between UConn and Houston, the typical game is maybe 75, and Houston, the loser, is going to have 68. And so then you can click finish bracket. And I'm super excited about completing this. All right, so you guys are going to spend a little bit of time. You're going to have fun. If you're not interested in participating in this, that's also okay. But you might be thinking, Dros, it's Monday. What are we doing today in class? Well, on Friday, I gave you guys 2 different templates, either Miami Heat or this one featuring McCarthy in the kitchen. You guys did a great job. Let's take a look at some of your submissions. I'm not sure who did this, but it's a great start. Stephen Weiss loves the Knicks. I'm a Knicks fan. I think there's a lot more in terms of details we can add to this. Matthew Zhang, this is a funny image featuring Alex Asylum. Thank you, Josh. Josh, you always got to desaturate. Thank you, Seth. Optimism is cool. Thank you, Samantha. Thank you, Jack. Jack, you made a few modifications on Friday, including dropping the opacity of those black diamonds. Jason, I really like this a lot. Jason and Jake did a really great job with the little details. I like this. We're going to talk a little bit more about the color schemes. And shout out to Jake, who did a really, really nice job. I don't know what's going on here, but I definitely like it. Thank you so much, Maxwell. There we got Ryan, and I really like this one featuring Sadiq. What I would have loved a little bit more, actually, if very, very quickly, I'm gonna press Command Shift 4. I'm gonna make a quick screenshot just so that all of you guys can see. And we're gonna come back to Ryan in a second. So I'm just gonna paste. If I were you, dude, I would have considered cropping, and done like rule of thirds. So maybe we're gonna have something that looks a little bit like, maybe a little bit like this. And then you definitely want to have the score in that upper left-hand corner. And then you're going to play with the shadows. That looks good. You definitely need to apply Gaussian blur, which you did not. I would consider maybe 3 or 4 pixels. But I like the blending modes. I love what you're doing here. Thank you so much. I very much appreciate that, Sadiq. This is fun, Albert. Let's think a little bit more about color schemes. I'm not sure how I feel about that green. Thank you so much, Adam. That looks awesome. This was an earlier draft that Jake did. And shout out to Jake, who took my suggestions and applied some blending modes, and he desaturated. And so let's come back to that image that's Jake's working on. I'm going to close this out. All right, so a few things. So here we've got Ryan, and what I did is I created a selection, and then I applied a layer mask. That makes sense. And I'm going to zoom in just because I want to show you a couple things. If we wanted to create a selection just on Ryan himself, if you hold Command and then click the layer mask, it'll create a selection just around the image. So if we press Command C, Command V, Command C, Command V, and then return to the thumbnail, we're gonna have a copy. I know that you guys know that, I know that you know that. All right. But what's really interesting, what I want to share with you guys, because I don't think I spoke with you guys about this yet. If you hold Option and then click the layer mask, you can see how good your selection is. So if you see like any black stray marks on the interior, you can easily mask that out. And I'm going to hold Option and click the layer mask again to return to normal. And if you hold Shift and click that layer mask, what you can do is disable that layer mask. So I'm going to pressing Shift and left clicking. And now I'm going to press Option and left clicking. And then I'm going to hold Command and left clicking. You can see it just makes that selection. All right, so I got the selection and I'm going to paste it into this blank. What is next? Well, I'm going to be thinking about background layers. And so in terms of those images themselves, so I'm going to select Ryan. I'm going to press Command I. And I can see that when we press I, we invert the color. I'm going to get this deep blue right here. And that looks awesome. I'm going to press Command I once more. And now I'm going to create a new layer underneath. I'm going to use the rectangular marquee tool. And I'm going to create a few different rectangles or squares. And if I press Command T, I know you guys know this, and then I'm going to hold Shift. I'm going to grab the lower left-hand corner, and we can manipulate it like that. And that looks great. I'm going to press V for the move tool. I'm going to hold Option. And now we've got this. That looks awesome. Command T. I'm going to hold Shift. I'm going to grab the lower left-hand corner just a tad. And I'm using that same color, what I'm going to do right now. And I'm going to go above Ryan. I'm going to write clutch because Ryan is always right on time. In fact, I'm pretty sure you're walking in the room right now. Yes, Ryan, I'm glad you're here. Thanks so much for being here today. All right, so now we created these rectangles. What is next? I'm going to grab an image, and I really like this one. I'm going to press Command A, Command C. Let's go back to our blank. Command V, Command T, way too big, right? And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to press V for 40%. And let's say this is the image that we want right here on the middle one. What I know that you guys know is that if we press Command and left click the thumbnail, we can create that selection. I'm now going to apply a layer mask. That looks awesome. I'm going to drag it beneath. And here is what a few of you guys were forgetting to do on Friday, and that's okay. I don't love the way this looks right now. And so I'm going to press Command J just so you can guys see the contrast between the two. I'm going to press Command Shift U. That looks much better. And then let's apply some levels. That looks pretty cool right there. And now let's apply some blending modes. You guys are going to find what you think looks cool. I like hard light. Maybe you're cycling through so many options to choose from, but if you look at the difference between this and this, you can see that this is far stronger. All right, you guys are going to apply all those cool blending modes, coming up with a cool poster. I'm looking for textures in the background. Alternatively, you can continue working on Miami Heat. Tomorrow, playground outside. Let me know if you guys have any questions. Good luck.